Hello, everybody! ADDF Toxic here. Welcome back to the Bottle Rocket Gaming server. And I'm here with, guess who? Oh yeah, Warp Jester! Like usual. Now
Hooray.
you can say hi. Yeah, there you go.
He told me to shut up. I was shutting up.
I told you to shut up until your name was announced. And it was just announced, so there we
Damn
go.
it! This is why I work theater as the back end, not the actor.
So we are over here at the Brat Station again, because we have some more train things to show. And actually, it is a couple weeks after the Cherry Bomb server has gone live.
Yeah.
So there's probably not going to be much more going on this server here.
I haven't had a chance to talk about the new server yet. My channel's been dark. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Are you planning on putting a compilation of that first crazy day?
I didn't get a chance to record it.
Oh, okay.
My CPU didn't like working hard because it kind of had a stock cooler that didn't like to work.
Ah, okay.
Anyways.
Anyways, back to M80. A bunch of things were changed regarding trains. Warped is running away.
Sorry. One had a nice dramatic walk. Continue. I'm sorry. Scattered.
Okay. This is how videos go with us, okay, guys? My world's not loading. So there are things that changed that we either recorded and never did anything with, or we just never got a chance to record at all. And since M80 is not going to be staying around for much longer, we just wanted to kind of go through some of these things and make sure that you guys see them. So we'll start here.
Right here. See? There you go.
Right here.
Fixed
right
it.
on this piece of dirt.
Fixed it. There you go. We fixed the whole server right there.
This may look a little bit different to you. There used to be an underpass here when we first set up this train system, but that is obviously gone, as seen. Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Hello. So we're here
Are
at
we starting this then?
I guess. You tell me. You're supposed to start it off.
Am I? Okay, well then I guess we're starting.
Okay.
How do I start this off, though?
God.
Okay, so we're here at the old underpass that this is where we originally split off the train lines to go from Forestry Town, which this train is heading towards. See? And Ruark's town, which goes up the hill, through the mountains, and out that way.
And off to grandma's.
Off to sure. So this was our old system, but we are going to be changing. This has been working quite good, and I actually kind of like the look of this, but we have over this way a couple new... I'm stuck on the light. Roundabouts! I got stuck on the light. So one new roundabout here. We got routing tables in all of these. I got all the red nets set up down here as Warped is looking at.
Yep. This is the same exact roundabout setup we have in all the roundabouts now. So basically, it's the same exact layout, same exact format, and pretty much the same exact program. Set for everything. The one change we have made, you can probably notice here, is we started using the futuristic armor plate as the base for all of our stuff. That way,
sometimes.
Well, we'll try to. If we dig holes in the ground, we don't accidentally see one of these and then pop it and then screw everything up. So
yeah,
we got that one there. And
yeah, that one there, and then if we come over here past two big slimes.
Jeez, those guys are. Dude, Weight Watchers, buddy. Jesus.
Are you over here, Warped?
Biggest vapor I've ever seen. I'm almost there. Hi.
Okay. We have the same suit. I don't know why you're so far behind.
I was stopping to watch them fap.
Oh, okay. And then we got this fancy
fancy. This is me getting all OCD anal and like going through and actually putting up this stone paneling all the way around.
Basically, Warped was bored, but it needed to do something.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that and it was hovering out in space, and it drove me nuts. So I
Yeah,
actually
it really was.
cleaned it up, fill the hole in, all that stuff. But long story short, it's two new roundabouts. Talks put all the logic in for it. So instead of having, actually, I'm gonna
Forgot to
pop
change
over
the
here.
variable. There we go. It's fixed.
Instead of having the old train systems for forestry, bees, and eventually mining and magic, coming down here, turning down this weird one, then back that way, then back over there and under the underpass, we're now actually having them formally go straight all the way out to Ruark's line, or basically the east line, and just running that one straight. Ruark actually redid this line. If you look at the way going over to Ruark Town, you'll see here's the old line that I put in, and then he did some work on his place and just wanted to run a straight line directly to it. So this rail set he put in is literally a straight shot right into his town.
Yeah.
And so we just ran it straight on through till it connected with the north line. We put that roundabout the talk showed you going down to the hub town. And then we've got this one over here to split trains off. And this is actually something we need to do because A, we want to get roundabouts done for everything.
Yeah.
And B, this north line here actually heads up to
Gamestown.
gaming Gamestown, which BDA started, and that is a town that actually is being worked on because I asked BDA to build us a arena for us to do some fun stuff in for the open house we're having at the end of the month. So
Yeah, and that's coming up pretty quick, so we want to get this done.
yeah, we got kind of a laundry list of things to do. So that's the new train stuff update for the tracks and the roundabouts and stuff.
Now, there's one thing we still need to do to update this. If we look at these routing tables, there's a routing switch motors. There's routing tables in each of these, except for this one. And that routing table is exactly the same as the one over here at the underpass.
And Talks didn't want to waste paper, so
Yeah.
he didn't want to make a copy.
I went tree hugger and lapis hugger mode here. So I'm just gonna take this. It takes the exact same trains that are going out that way, and except they're now routed here. And all the other routing tables are already set up to bring those over this way.
He's going to fix that, and then over here, where this first turnoff is, I'm going to go ahead and flip the lever. Ka-chunk. And that's going to start routing trains coming out of the interchange from the rail yard to go straight up this line.
Yeah.
And then cut
rather
over.
Than going down here like it already is. And
so
one
this guy
more
right
thing
here
we need to do.
is last time he's going down that way.
Yeah. Hook that up there, rather than here, as it was before.
Ah, yes. Did you get the tool for that?
I already did it.
Done.
It's hooked. Yeah, so the trains, now instead of going underneath and over towards the west line, they now come down here through this roundabout and a roundabout down there, and then eventually get to the west line from there. Now, you'll notice this roundabout looks a little bit different than a roundabout should.
It's got growth. Huh? What?
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
It's not mine.
I
thought it was yours.
Oh yeah, huh? Yeah, we actually we had a little bit of an ongoing problem that we've probably mentioned in some past videos now and then. But every once in a while, the trains would go all herpaderp and would disconnect or be stopped or caught on rails. And we had a really hard time figuring out why until finally we figured out that it was actually the server causing the problem.
Upon resets.
Yeah, the server would do its nightly reset, and if trains were caught in an intersection or on a holding track at the time of, it would seriously cause problems. And Talks have to come on, he'd complain, and
because the train holding track would just turn off. It forgot that there's a train going through.
Yeah. So it wasn't a happy thing. So we figured out what we had to do, at least for the interim here, to start troubleshooting, is we couldn't have the server rebooting. And the server really does need to reboot. For anybody who deals with modded Minecraft, that servers they start to lug a bug, something fierce, if you don't give them a daily reboot. So we had to find a compromise. And that compromise came in the form of this little contraption right here. This little thing, you just set down just like this, a little extra piece of track and everything, and your servers will magically run perfectly forever and ever. Problem
Until the
solved.
end of time.
Yep. No. So basically, what we need to do is we need to get the trains to a safe place, in order to reboot the server. And the first step was to just do it manually. So we disabled automatic server reboots, and we have our great team as part of our chapter coming through daily or every so often and doing these server reboots. And what they do is they would actually basically do a train recall. We'll show that in a few here. And that would activate these switches right here. And so any trains coming down these roundabouts, they all have these little bypasses, if you will. And these bypasses will actually shift the trains in this case, this direction. What it's actually doing is
And that's
actually,
all trains. That sends all trains that way.
and what it does is basically is it funnels every locomotive of every type, shape, and form down to our rail yard. Now, if you want to zip down to the rail yard talks,
Sure. Actually, before we run down there,
Whoa,
note
yes.
this wireless receiver, frequency 1000. That was Warp's number. All right, let's zip down.
But and we're back, sort of. Anyways, so yeah, so we have those little roundabouts, and saw we have a couple of them down here. As I said, they all kind of funnel towards the train yard. Now we're going to show you the train yard because, believe it or not, we actually have a purpose for it now. It makes me so happy. So we come into Tox's master bunker here. You'll see we've got the wonderful little switch right here, and as you see, on is up the way it should be. 8 Minecraft levers, just for the record, because they always go the wrong way. I made this one right. So this is actually a dead man switch, and what it means is it's enabled, which basically disables the service, if you will. And when we cut the redstone power, if you will, that enables the system. So now what this has done is it's actually done a couple of things. First, it's set all of those switches we talked about, those little bypass bumps, so that all trains are going to bypass and go straight into this train yard we're going to look at right now. And also, it enables this. This is a little bit of Tox's computer work.
I had fun with this.
I love it because it's a beautiful sign, and it actually has audio.
The server will be shutting down soon. All
just
trains,
like
please report to the rail yard.
So, I'd love to fly up and give you guys a high point view here, but for some reason my Gravasuit is refusing to respond to the whole flying thing. So
it is on, right? Like it's
tell you what,
on.
Just for this one time, I'll go ahead and cheat. There we go. So this is our train yard. This is not complicated, but it took an exorbitant amount of time to lay out in terms of getting all the rails put in. And basically what it does is when trains come in, we've got simple rail logic that monitors each one of these little sections. And starting from the far end down here, trains will come in, and as they pull onto one of these tracks, it will lock the next switch. And so it just starts lining all the trains up. So when we turn that switch on, all the trains, as they come back towards hub or rail yard, will get directed down here. They'll get put into these different lines here, and they'll stacked up. And then we basically log back into the server about half hour later, usually about how long it takes for trains to make the full cycle. And then we can check and make sure they're there and go ahead and reboot the server. Once the server reboots, then we can go ahead, and we've got buttons all the way down here on the little holding tracks, and we can actually hit the buttons and release the trains one by one. So that resolves the issue of the trains being randomly screwed everywhere. But unfortunately, that does present a problem in that it does take manual activity. We have to log on, set the recall, and then come back on, check, reboot the server, and then release all the trains one by one. It's time consuming. It's annoying. We're not real good about it. But it did actually lead us into the next thing that we're actually going to be looking into, hopefully with success, for the next server, since I'm going to guess the new server we have probably still has the same issue. We don't know for certain, but I'm going to bet dollars donuts. But anyways, we actually want to tie our computer craft to our server, in the sense that what we're looking to try to do is figure out a way for Computercraft to monitor and know when a server is going to be shutting down, and to be able to either just have a trigger, a timer trigger. Say, for example, it sees a piece of text in the server that says 30 minutes till server reboot or something like that, and then it will just give it enough time to dock all the trains, if you will. And then once server comes back up with some text that it can trigger to release all the trains again. That would be ideal. Actually, even more ideal would be to have a server trigger says I need to reboot, and then to have the Computercraft program see that, take care of everything that needs to be managed in the trains, and then tell the server we're good to go.
That would be sweet.
Now, I will be upfront with you. I am not the computer guy. That's this guy right here.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
I don't know how either.
I've been on the forums. I have asked questions, but I'm kind of, a caveman asking how to drive a car on these kind of things. So if any of you fun folks at home have any ideas, don't even bother telling me. Go straight to ADF Talks' YouTube page, which I'll make sure we have down in the notes as always. And let us know. Send us a link, show us a video, whatever. If you're really into this kind of stuff, be it Computercraft or trains and whatnot, stop by Ball Rocket Gaming. We always enjoy more minds. So, with
yeah,
being kind of stuck out in the middle of nowhere. So, yay that.
And then after the server comes back up, for now, we just had to turn this switch back off.
Yes.
And you notice this this wireless transmitter is actually 1001 instead of 1002. And that is because of that computer over there. I actually had to, originally Warped had that transmitter as 1000. So this switch basically turned everything on, or basically redirected all the roundabouts. I redirected that through the computer. The computer checks every so often if that switch is on, or if there's a file. Was the original plan, and if there was one of those two, then it would send the signal out to the roundabouts.
So there you go. That is literally one of the most enjoyable things I really appreciate about modded Minecraft. This is a pinnacle example of we are actually using mods in the game to try to overcome a game-related issue. And it's not just trying to figure out how to make a better chicken cooker or something like that. There's actually a real issue we have. It's kind of a glitch in a sense. And we're actually using mods to overcome it. So I think that's pretty dang cool. So, Talks.
Yeah,
anything
before
else
we
from this
move
wonderful
on,
place?
actually, I want to show something quickly in here.
Hey, a rail log. Hey, nobody's updated rail log in a while.
Nobody's probably been on. Yeah, this is our became our rail log.
Yeah, we actually I haven't had a chance to announce this, but we actually have Tox is officially not only is our rail master in game, but he's also a liaison to our chapter, which means he's been kind of a be there guy to do tours and help out and just be a cool cat. We also have VSD and RG, who are not YouTubers but good friends, and they've actually stepped on as GMs, game masters. So they basically have all the power they need to reboot servers, troubleshoot issues, etc. So between all of us to keep things straight, we actually have those logs in like the rail yard and other places. So just kind of know what's going on. So people pick on trains, we know what's going on. Anyways, what else do you want to show us, Tox?
All right. So shortly after I had started building this massive brat station, I made the ticket booth in there, which I've shown off in a couple of videos before. And my original intention, I think I said it last time, my original intention was to make that use wireless modems on the Computercraft computer so that there's a central server with all the destinations, and then that server would send out the destination list when somebody wants to buy a ticket here, or I could put a similar computer over in Gamestown if somebody wants to buy a ticket in Gamestown, then they can buy it from the same destination list.
Master list.
Yeah, exactly. And I had no idea how to use client server stuff. So how did I I had to learn somehow, and I could have done it with that, but there was another client-server project that I had been wanting to do for a while. Remember this thing.
Ah, yes.
Build a train. I'm going to build a sludge train for Ruarkstown because he should give us a sludge. The locomotive is black and light gray. It needs an anchor cart, tank, maximum 5, and no golden ticket. So, what I had been wanting to do with this since I made it was also build one over here. And I did put one over here. But I don't think that actually has the program on it right now. I was also reconfiguring this program. There is network cable going underneath this barn. Here's the server.
Hmm?
You're behind. There's network cable going underneath here. If we dig down here, there's a cable.
Sneaky. Sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
And
So that connects both those two computers, as well as this server. So this server was going to be dishing out the list of destinations, the list of services to both these computers. And when I change the service on one of those computers, it changes here, so both of those computers get the change. Unfortunately, I discovered that that was actually crashing the server, so I abandoned
it has
the
some
project.
issues.
Yeah,
It's 1.5 people. It happens.
yeah, and the CPU was kind of maxing out at the time, which I think was causing a big part of the problem.
May or may not have been a factor. We were just ahead of the time, that's all.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention, before I started attempting to convert this program into a client-server model, I had actually copied the entire contents of this computer onto a floppy disk. And that's this floppy disk here, that's why it's labeled Legends Original. And when I had to stop this project because it was crashing the server, I just put the floppy disk in a drive right beside the computer. And the reason for that is the way ComputerCraft works is there's a command yet is when it starts up, when a computer starts up, it looks for a program called startup. If there's a program called startup, that's what it's going to run on startup. Floppy disks take precedence, so if I list the contents of the disk, there's also a program called startup there, obviously, because that's a copy of the computer, and this is the startup on the floppy is what's going to run. So if I were to take out the floppy disk and reboot the computer, when it comes back up again, it's going to this is actually the client server version that I had started to build. There is something working on here. I can't remember exactly what. It's not working right now, obviously, because there's no the modem isn't actually connected down here. But if it was, and I could remember, then I could show you what I'd done so far. And the server would probably crash in a couple hours. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to quit this, put the floppy disk back in, learn how to type, and we're safe on local, the local copy of Legends again.